Hello and welcome to episode 78 of the Gamespot podcast, your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle, the official podcast of thegamespot.com. I am your host, Grant, and today I'm joined by a great crew. First up, we got the king of Minnesota, Jason.
What's up?
Not too much. I hear you're moving. How was that?
Pretty good. Yeah, I just bought a house a couple weeks ago. So that's been my whole life. Packing, signing papers. It's crazy.
Yeah. And the other person here is the one and only Jake Dekker.
You bought a house? Like legit bought a house?
Yeah, I bought a house.
Congrats.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
thanks, dude.
So what's up, guys, other than house buying?
Well, I can tell you I definitely did not buy a house.
Okay, well,
Did you buy a boat?
Nope, didn't buy a boat.
Dang.
What was the last thing you bought, Jake?
I bought a burrito earlier today.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, that's pretty good.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get.
I think
It's
what was the
like-
last thing I bought? The last thing I bought was a pizza yesterday.
How much do houses cost like around there? Not your house in particular, just like in general. Like how much would it cost for someone to buy a house
In Minnesota.
in Minnesota? In snowy Minnesota.
Right now, the housing market hasn't really gone up that much since we had the big housing crash. And so houses, it's a really good time to jump in right now. Like, you can get a house pretty cheap, like under 200 grand. So,
Dang,
It's-
that's
it's a-
insane.
yeah,
That is
it's
really
a really
good.
good time to get a house right now.
In
Because
San
it's
Francisco?
just starting to go back up. So, like, if you buy a house now, like, you're definitely going to get money back out of it if you sell it at some point.
That's crazy. In San Francisco, like you have to make like over $200,000 in order to like be able to afford a house
You have to
Like-
make, like, over 200,000
a year.
A year?
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know the exact price. Probably like you could probably buy it. Yeah, I don't know. It's insane because like I think the down payment alone is usually something ridiculous.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the main reasons I never want to live in California.
I mean, there are cheaper spots.
Oh yeah, I'm
But-
sure, but you know.
You probably won't find anything 200,000 unless you're fine with living in like a shack.
I'm gonna get like
Outhouse.
boathouse. I was just gonna say.
Or yeah,
You could buy a boat and just live in it.
Yeah.
I've thought about that.
I think it'd be a good idea. Nice place on the water. We're gonna stop talking about buying things now. We're gonna move on to video games, which is what this podcast is about. Again, it's Gamespot Podcast, the official podcast of thegamespot.com. Posted on iTunes every Tuesday, YouTube every Wednesday. Let's go ahead and jump right into what we're playing. I'm just gonna go ahead and go first, just because I'm not really playing too much. Like I'm still playing No Man's Sky, but you know I haven't played it in a couple days just because I've been kind of busy. But yeah, I'm still still playing it. It's not like it's not the greatest game ever, but I think it's it keeps drawing me in to play some more because I just I don't even know what's at the center of the galaxy or universe, whatever. I hope it's something exciting. But
That's all I have to say to that.
It sounds like it's gonna be something terrible.
yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be like a burrito.
That game. Yeah, oh, I wish it was burrito. That game is like the perfect example of like just expectations and stuff like that. Like if you had high expectations, you're probably pretty disappointed in this game. But like I didn't have that high of expectations. I played it. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I didn't really have any expectations going in, just because I was like, because I know originally when the game was like first announced and stuff, I was so excited for it, and then I was like, it took so long to come out. I was just like, okay, whatever this game is, I'm just gonna play it and go in with sort of an empty mindset, and that's what I did. But other than that, jumping back into Rocket League, hadn't played it for a while, but it always gets me back.
Yeah, Rocket League is amazing.
Yeah, I wanna. Do you know when they're adding that like Rumble mode thing?
Oh, I have no idea. It's got to be soon. Didn't they announce that like back in August? Or
Yeah,
I
they
guess that was
announced it,
last
like,
month. So
beginning of-
not that long ago.
But that sounds cool.
Is that mode where they're adding like items you pick up or
Yeah,
something?
you have like power ups.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
But I mean, with Rocket League, I'll probably play that. Like, I'll probably play like 6 games of that and be like, all right, back to regular.
But yeah, that's all I'm playing. So, Jake, I hear you're still playing something that you've been playing for at least I don't know, 24 months.
Hasn't been out for 24 months, so not quite.
Been out for like how long? Like 16.
15 months maybe, I think. It came out last May. But that's The Witcher. I'm still playing The Witcher 3. I just got it on. Actually, I didn't just get it on PC. I got it a while ago on PC, but now I'm finally like digging into it on PC, and it is definitely the best way to experience that game. But yeah, I'm basically obsessed with that game. I'm also playing it to like touch up on my memory of that game because I'm actually going to CD Projekt Red next week
Ooh.
in Warsaw.
Oh, you're going
So
to Poland.
going to Poland.
Nice.
So yeah,
Moving
I
up in the world.
want to make sure I've got some good questions to ask some of the developers and et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
But other than that, I'm playing Doom. I was actually just playing that before, and that game is so good. Like, yeah, I think that's probably my favorite first-person shooter of the year so far.
Wow. I didn't I mean, I didn't buy the final game or anything, but I played the beta. And it wasn't for me. I just kind of wish it played a little bit faster.
I haven't touched multiplayer. I've just been playing campaign. Like,
Well, yeah, I'm sure the campaign's good.
Yeah, the campaign is really good. It's a little too long. Like, and the pacing's not the greatest. I got it like 3 weeks ago probably, and I just play like a mission a day. So I've been taking my time, but if I played it in one sitting, I probably wouldn't like it nearly as much. But it's definitely, I think, worth it. I think if you want a multiplayer experience, though, probably not the best one to get. But it seems like there's a lot of content. Like, there's the single player, there's the multiplayer, and there's Snap Map or whatever it's called. So it's like basically just either multiplayer maps or you just fight off hordes of enemies. So it's cool. Gameplay is super good. So
Oh man, I love the multiplayer. Like I played the beta or whatever. I can't remember. It was
Oh yeah,
the beta.
big fan of it.
And I loved it. Like everybody else hated that on our site, and I was like, "You're kidding me!" Like, because I don't get into like multiplayer stuff at all, but I just had a blast with that. I loved how fast it was. Like, it was really, really fast with like rockets and everything, and it was just like, oh, I love the customization. It was so cool. But I haven't played the actual like campaign yet. I still got to pick that game up, and I think it's only like $20 now, so I don't really have an excuse not to. But
Yeah.
everybody loves that campaign, so like I'm sure I'd love that.
I got it for like $30 or so, and it was so worth it. I wish I got it right when it came out, so I was like in the conversation. But it's still definitely worth it, especially for $20. I think, and if you like the multiplayer too, I mean, you're gonna love this game.
Yeah.
But that's all I've been playing. Nothing too exciting.
Jason. what have you been playing?
To be honest, like we were saying at the beginning of this podcast, I've been like super busy the last couple of weeks. I haven't really played much. I've just played like Doom a little bit with John. There's been a couple nights where it's like I had like 45 minutes to an hour to like sit down and play something. But usually when I have like that little bit of time, I don't know. I just like to watch like a show or something. And there's so many shows that I missed out on over the last couple of years that it's like I got to catch up on some of these shows. So I wouldn't normally bring this up, but I'm bringing it up for a reason. I started watching Mr. Robot, which
I've heard good things.
It's amazing. Probably like my second favorite show of all time. I mean, it's just so good, like right under Breaking Bad. And in fact, the reason I brought this up is because isn't Telltale's like making a game, or is it already out for smartphones?
I
have no idea.
Hasn't a lot of their stuff been available on mobile?
I don't know, but I mean, like I heard like this is different. This isn't like their other games where you like make like decisions like and like control these characters. Like you're actually trying to like hack a computer or something. Like it's giving you all these prompts and you have to figure out what to say to like hack into it.
Oh.
I did see there was a video on GameSpot, Jake, so I was hoping like maybe you might know something about that. I think Jess McDonald did a special on that. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I was really interested in that just because I'm watching the show right now and it's such a good show. So I'm like really curious to see how that game works.
I vaguely remember something like that. I don't think I saw the video. But yeah, it looks like there's one.
Yeah,
3D.
so
Yeah,
I
it
don't
looks like
know.
it's only for mobile. From what
I'm gonna have to check that out though. But no, yeah, I haven't. I had to bring that up because of that game. But no, other than that, I've only been playing Diablo. I've had like a craving to get back into Diablo again. They've added so much new stuff to that too. It's all like gobbledygook to me because I have no idea what any of it means. But I've just had fun. Like I always have fun just hopping into that and like killing things and bringing my Paragon level up. Where like John and Cody and some like Brett, like they know how to do all these crazy like missions and stuff to like go pick up these keys, and I have no idea how to do any of that. I just kind of like tag along for the fun. But I've had a fun time hopping back into that again. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and look out onto the horizon as a vast storm approaches. Because it's a new storm.
Boom.
Boom.
Still got it.
Last time Jason was on, he was just like,
Oh, jeez, yeah.
hey, you made some legit sound effects that I wasn't expecting. But anyways, there's a lot of Nintendo news this week just because there was a Nintendo Direct.
Yes.
First thing that I thought was like the most notable is Super Mario Maker will be coming to 3DS on December 2nd.
Ah, yeah. I was pretty excited when they announced that, but then I found out like you can't like upload the stages that you create like you can on the Wii U.
Oh, you can't? Oh, well, that's like the whole point.
I know, I don't get it. It looks like you can maybe play like levels that were created on Wii U. I can't tell. Like the messaging on that's been like really mixed. They haven't explained it very well. The funny thing to me is that um, was it a couple months ago when they added like Super Nintendo games and stuff to the Virtual Console on 3DS?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of them, I think.
yeah. When they added that, I remember they only worked on the new 3DS, and a lot of people are asking about that, and they said like it can't run those games on the older 3DS, like it's not optimized or something. I can't remember what the deal was, but I know like Mario Maker is probably like optimized for the 3DS, but it's just kind of funny that like Super Mario World is like a part of that universe. Like you can create Super Mario World stages, and yeah, you can't play like Super Nintendo games on the original like 3DS. I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me.
uh,
I have a feeling that if since they're being so like secretive about it, I have a feeling there's not going to be a lot of compatibility between the two.
Yeah,
Like you feel like the first thing they would have said when they announced that would be like, "Oh, and you can play all your Wii U games or Wii U stages." Can't wait. Can you do that? Can you play Wii U stages on it?
that's what they made it sound like, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing that, like, if it was true, you think that would be what they'd lead with. Like, it just fits perfectly in. But I don't know. I have a feeling it'll just be kind of like its own entity.
Yeah, I thought I heard them say like you can play most of the stages or some of them, and what I'm thinking is I wonder if there's like how there's like a limit on how many blocks you can set on the Wii U version. I bet that's like I bet it's way less on the 3DS version because it probably
Yeah,
can't
you're
handle
probably
it.
right.
And so I'm wondering like if the stages that like fully utilize like every block, like I bet those do not work on 3DS. So I'm not sure how they're gonna get that to work.
yeah, I've yet to purchase the game, but I played a little bit at a friend's house. Like, I feel like I really should get it at some point, but I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it just because it's almost fall. Almost all the games are out, and by the time I don't know, I probably should have gotten it this summer because I feel like I would have spent a lot of time with it. But yeah, next up from the Nintendo Direct, Yoshi's Woolly World is also coming to 3DS.
Oh, boo! I wasn't a fan of the Wii U Yoshi's Woolly World, and I think this is the same exact game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the exact same thing.
They've just added like some new Poochie levels or something, and alongside that Poochie amiibo that's coming out. Yeah, I thought it was like trying way too hard to be Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, which is I think one of the best Super Nintendo games, but it just failed miserably. Like it didn't really pick up to the very end of that game, and by that point I felt like it was too late. But I don't know. Maybe people will enjoy it.
Yeah, I
I
never
didn't
played
play
that. Didn't seem that interesting. Like I saw some like gameplay and stuff of it, but it just seemed I don't know, kind of dull.
I think that's one of the only reviews or one of the games I reviewed for the site that I gave like a pass to. I was like, don't play this. So
Yeah. Moving on. A new Pikmin has been announced. Jason, I know you were commenting about this in chat, so why don't you explain a little bit about what you saw from what they showed?
I don't think I was, but
Oh,
I
wait,
am.
well, who was talking about? Someone was talking
I
about
think
it in chat.
Cody
Oh, I
was.
can go through it.
Yeah, I know Cody mentioned that he thought this would probably be like a repeat of Chibi Robo
Yeah,
Whiplash.
Pikmin is the new Chibi
Oh, yeah,
Robo.
that's
He
what
just
it was Cody.
put it in the
It wasn't,
chat.
it wasn't yours.
Yeah, that game
That
Chibi
was a good
Robo is
game, right?
What's that? Chibi Robo
Chibi
is
Robo was
terrible.
the original, or the one for GameCube. I remember was pretty cool, but
Oh yeah, I
we're
see. I
not talking
never
about
played
that one.
that.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a cool idea, but according to Cody, they ruined him and the 3DS version. So I won't be playing it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Pikmin fan. I loved 1, 2, and 3. Like I think 3 is one of the best games on the Wii U.
He's really
It's a
good.
bit short, but man, is it good. But yeah, it's like I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It feels like probably the same thing they did to Chibi Robo, where they took him completely out of his element. And they're putting him in this thing where he just doesn't belong. Um, I don't know. There's some about that. It just doesn't look right, doesn't feel right. And then I heard it was the same team behind. Um, what was it? It was like Yoshi's Island on the DS. I can't remember which title. It was like Yoshi's Island something. And I know that game reviewed really poorly. So I'm like, I don't know. It's probably going to be a pass.
Just reading the description a little bit, it says side-scrolling adventure game that will see players tapping the screen to move their Pikmin and to pick up items and attack enemies. Yeah, it's similar to the original Pikmin titles. The Pikmin color indicates their strength and weaknesses and stuff. So yeah, it sounds like I don't know. Just sort of some of the screenshots and stuff. It looks I don't know. It doesn't look like anything special.
Yeah, I mean the thing that makes those games fun is like exploring these big open spaces is like these little
Right.
ant-sized creatures, and it's like I don't know. It just I feel like it's totally lost that feeling just from like looking at that gameplay. Like I don't know, exploration. Like how much can you explore on like a 2D side scroller? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cody in the chat put in quotes similar to the original Pikmin titles, and then followed that up with okay.
Yeah, it's similar to the Pikmin titles, man. Next piece of news: a new 3DS Mario Sports game has been announced, and it looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look like it's just a Mario Sports game. I mean, it includes soccer, baseball, tennis, golf, and horse racing, which is interesting.
Yeah, where does horse racing fit in there? I don't understand that one. Might as well just put in like boat racing or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Mario Sports are fun, but I mean, it seems like it would be not as good an experience on 3DS as it would be on like Wii U or something.
The thing I'm wondering about that one is like I love a lot of the Mario sports games. Like Mario Tennis is one of my favorites. I love that game. Mario Golf, all that stuff.
Super Strikers.
Yeah, Super Strikers. Will it feel the same as those, or is it going to feel like a Mario Party style, like crappy mini game? Because if that's the case, then forget it.
Did you play the what was the tennis called? The tennis game called that came out like last year?
Oh, for the Wii U?
Yeah.
No, I haven't played that one. I know Cody liked it. I was gonna get it, and I saw like the reviews were really poor, and I was
No.
like, ugh. I dropped my pre-order on that, but I don't know. I might pick it up someday if it hits like $20 bin or something.
Yeah, I was wondering what people thought of it. Yeah. So that is Mario Sports game with horse racing. Sounds like the new Zelda. And the last sort of notable piece of news I had was Zelda Skyward Sword is available on Wii U eShop, but I don't know, Skyward Sword and
Yeah.
not
Did you guys like that
Zelda
one?
game.
It's one of the modern Zelda games that I actually never played. I did play it actually. I played like 45 minutes of it on Wii, but it wasn't HD, and I was playing on. I don't know. I just couldn't
It
get
wasn't.
past. It was very shallow. I was very shallow about it. I plugged it in, and I was like, "Nah, I don't want to go back to Wii." And I was like using a Wiimote. I was like, "Nah, I don't want to do this." And it sounds like this is just a straight port, right? Like there's no
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just-
yeah. Then I probably won't play it.
Yeah. I don't have plans to either. That was my least favorite Legend of Zelda game. I think that's the only Zelda game too that I never revisited, never played, never gave like another chance to go back and play it again. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't the biggest fan of it. I didn't play through the entire thing, but I got about halfway through, I think. Yeah, it wasn't really my thing. Moving on from the direct news, but there's also some more Nintendo-related items in the news storm. So first is the Nintendo NX will in fact use cartridges, according to a report. The Nintendo's NX using cartridges has been reported previously, but now it sounds more likely, as Wall Street Journal has heard from people familiar with the matter, that the company's next console will pass on discs. It's important to note that Nintendo's current handheld 3DS uses cartridges, which means we could see something similar like that. The main problem with cartridges is that they normally carry less data than discs. So yeah, that's the thing with cartridges. What do you guys think about that?
Is that even true anymore? Like, I mean, SD cards, you can get quite a bit of memory on those.
Yeah, I bet you could. Like, I was just reading the article.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. Like, I just think it's funny that people are making a big deal about it because, I mean, the 3DS uses cartridges, the DS uses cartridges.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, I guess it's sort of the whole like, I don't know. It's
I,
just like a home console that's not a handheld. Hasn't really used it.
but I mean, like, if the rumors are true that it's a hybrid, like, I don't really look at
Yeah,
this
I
any
guess that's a
different
good point.
than I do than the 3DS. So yeah, I think people are kind of hung up on the mentality that it's still like a home console and you're gonna be like, and I think when people hear cartridge, like they imagine like they're gonna be popping like 64 cartridges into it or something. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, to me, like it's never really struck me. I was just kind of like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that still kind of is weird because like, whenever I think about NX, I'm like, oh, this new like home console HD. But I mean, it will be HD, but it's I don't know. Like, I don't really imagine it in my head as a handheld console, even though that's probably what it will be, the sort of hybrid thing that you were saying.
Yeah, Jake,
Yeah,
you have insider knowledge. You need to tell us what this NX is.
Yeah, Jake, you already know about it. You've known
it's
about it for the past 6 months.
it's actually a PlayStation 1 in disguise.
Dude, could you
Yeah.
imagine?
Does it play Crash?
It only plays Crash, actually. It's the only
Dude,
game you can play
It
on it.
only plays Crash.
Only Crash 2 though, so
It's
you play
already
Uncharted
better
4?
than the Wii U.
but yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, if this thing is going to be a handheld and it's Nintendo, like, I don't know. I'm not surprised it's going to have cartridges. It just kind of seems like it makes sense to me.
All right. Moving on. Pokemon Go is adding a buddy system.
Oh, I'm going to check out for this.
All right. See you later, Jake. I read about this on Twitter the other day. But Pokemon Go is getting a new buddy system. In a blog post today, developer Niantic Labs confirmed online speculation and discussed the buddy Pokemon feature at a high level, electing to say specifics for later, but what we do know about it now sounds cool. Quote, you will be able to pick your favorite Pokemon from your collection to become your buddy, opening up unique in-game rewards and experiences. Buddy Pokemon will appear alongside your trainer avatar on your profile screen, adding helpful bonuses such as awarding candy for walking together. You can change your buddy Pokemon anytime.
I just want them to add trading. Like
Yeah,
they
I
said they were
don't-
gonna add trading like forever ago, and then they're like, "We're adding this buddy system." I'm like, I don't really care. I don't know. I mean, do you still play that, Grant? Like, what do you think about that?
I'll look at it occasionally, like when I'm in school and have nothing else to do. But I mean, I don't really play it much anymore. I think the last time I really I don't know. I remember for like a month after it came out, I used to like check it every day. Like, I wake up, I check social media, I check Pokemon Go. But that's not really what I do anymore. I just check it, every once in a while, a couple times a week, probably.
Yeah, I'm kind of slowly dwindling out of it as well. I definitely haven't had as much time to like do anything with it though, because I was going on bike rides for a while and stuff, and I just haven't had any free time. But I'll definitely start playing it again when they start adding more features and like hopefully start adding like Gen 2 Pokemon down the line or whatever. But yeah, I've been kind of falling out of it as well.
Yeah, the game's definitely peaked in terms of like player base.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wraps up all the Nintendo news. Jake, you can come back in the room.
Okay,
Hey.
I'm here again.
All right, cool. Let's continue. Remaining Titanfall 2 Titans have been teased. These look really cool. I saw they've been posting pictures and stuff of them on Twitter and sort of explaining what they are. But in this article, it kind of gives a short description of them. In the beta, there were 2 playable Titans, Ion and Scorch, but they described and released images of each of the remaining Titans. There are 6 total. First one is called Tone. Tone is about accurately laying waste to enemies both efficiently and explosively. I believe that this one has sort of like a minigun weapon thing. And then the second one is from North Star. North Star is a master of flight and precision skills, so this one can fly, and it's sort of like a sniper long range. Legion utilizes an assortment of ballistic abilities, focusing on defense and control. Ronin loves getting up close and with its samurai vibe and quick to get in and out tactics. So that sounds like it's sort of be like a melee focused thing that's really fast. And then Ion, which is sort of an uses energy management abilities to divert power between its 3 weapon systems, which was in the beta. The one I preferred most in the beta. And lastly, Scorch manipulates fire as its primary source of defensive and offensive abilities.
I know like nothing about this game. As soon as you said that North Star, like my brain just went to hockey.
It's North Star.
Yeah.
What is North Star? What is that? Why does that ring a bell? It sounds like it's from something.
Isn't that your hockey team in Texas, the North Stars?
No, it's just the Stars.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So
Wouldn't it be the South Stars too?
The
well,
Dallas Stars.
Texas bought our hockey team. I think it was like in the '80s, and we were the North Stars. And so I think they kept that name for a while. They must have changed it to Stars after a while, I'm guessing.
No, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's why that rang a bell. But yeah, I know nothing about Titanfall 2.
Yeah. Jake, did you play the beta?
No, I didn't. I was out of the country when that was going on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've heard really mixed things about it though. Like some people say it's great. They had a ton of fun with it. And other people were saying like they prefer the original Titanfall. I guess this one's slower.
Yeah, it is a little. We were talking about it last week with. At least I believe it was last week with Thomas. So I really loved it. I thought it was definitely an improvement over the last one. Thomas sort of liked the first one better just because it was faster and had more of an emphasis on the whole parkour system. But they're adding some updates and stuff that are supposed to make the gameplay faster. I mean, obviously from like a map design choice, they can't really change too much from now until release. I think it's out on October 28th, something like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was improved just because it's the main reason I thought I've been into this. But it's sort of, I like how the focus isn't as much on the Titans. Like really, they are sort of the best part of the game, but I like that it's not just automatically awarded to you. It's more difficult to get. If you play the objective, you get it a lot faster. I just sort of liked how they balanced the whole thing. But yeah, a lot of people, or at least some people, didn't like it just because it felt slower. But yeah, that's the Titanfall 2 news. The Titans, just getting into that real quick, the Titans, they sound cool. There's definitely seems like a bigger variety than there was in the first game, at least. So yeah, it's Titanfall 2. Moving on to Call of Duty, another shooter. Infinite Warfare, the beta is coming on October 14th. I'm kind of excited so the reason I'm sort of interested in this is because, like 3 shooters, Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Battlefield 1. I think I'm definitely getting Battlefield 1 for sure. It's just choosing between Titanfall 2 and Call of Duty as like the second one. Just because Battlefield 1 sort of the whole setting just seems like really interesting, nice change of pace.
Have you been playing the beta at all?
No, I have not, which I'm kind of, I just haven't gotten to it. I was really busy this week and I planned on downloading it, but I never did.
I mean, if you get the chance, like if you have time, I'd play it. But honestly, I love it. I think it's going to be the best Battlefield game in years. I think it'll be better than Star Wars Battlefront. I think it'll be better than...
You think it'll be better than Hardline?
Oh, I think it'll be so much better than Hardline. I hate that game.
It's such a bad game. Like, it's just not fun.
No. But like this game feels really solid. Like it feels really well designed. They only have one map in the beta, which is kind of a problem. It's why I like kind of recommend just not playing the beta.
Oh,
what is it? Because you're just gonna like play this map a ton and get really sick of it when the game comes out, which is a shame because this is a good map. I wish this beta had the map that was also in the alpha. I think it's called Mount Saint Scar. That was kind of like, that's the one with the blimp that they were showing off a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
Because, I don't know, I think that map shows off that game better than the map in this beta, because the map in the beta, everyone just snipes. Like, it is perfect for sniping. While Mount Saint Scar, like, it's good for sniping, it's good for close range, it's good for all sorts of things. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I definitely recommend giving it a shot if you're on the fence about it. But if you know you're going to get it and you know it's something you're interested in, I honestly would just wait, so you don't wear yourself out on this map, because I already have. I'm sick of this map.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. Just because the reason I sort of said, and the reason I'm picking between Infinite Warfare, Titanfall 2, and definitely getting Battlefield 1 is just because it's different. It's not a futuristic thing. It's sort of, going back to World War One. I just find it really interesting.
I mean, it feels more like a World War II game. They definitely took some liberties.
Mhm.
But that being said, I mean, it's still a cool risk that they're taking, and I really hope they nail the campaign, because I think if they can make a really good World War One campaign, like that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be
But I
really
don't think
fun.
they will. I think it'll suck. I think they'll make it too actiony, because like when you think about World War One, it's like the bloodiest war in history. Like it's
Yeah,
not. Yeah, like you shouldn't. I don't know. It'd be weird to look back at it like the way they look back at like, World War II and stuff like that. Like this is a messed up war. So I hope they don't like. I hope they just don't make it a AAA experience. I hope they put some thought and care and respect into this story. But I don't think they will.
Yeah, I wonder what Call of Duty will do, if they will like follow in the footsteps of like going back now as well.
I mean, why do that when you can just have? Well, I mean,
Well, I think people were getting sick of them going forward, weren't they? Because there were so many
I'm
people
so
that were
Yeah.
like,
sick
"I
of it.
want
Yeah,
World
I'm
War
so
II."
sick of
tired.
it.
Yeah,
because like
But
every game's been every Call of Duty game has been a future game.
hmm
It seems like, at least. Speaking of future Call of Duty games, Jackal Assault is a VR game that was announced recently.
I don't even know what this is.
You not heard of this? It's
No. Was this announced at the XP event or whatever it's called?
I guess so. But the Call of Duty VR game Jackal Assault will be free for everyone who buys the PS4 edition of Infinite Warfare. You would need a VR headset to play, obviously. But the Jackal is a vehicle in Call of Duty that can fly and fight in air and space. So basically, it's like a spaceship missions and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, if you got VR, I mean, it's nice, but I'm not going to have VR, so I don't really care.
So wait, was this, when during E3 when they had like all the VR stuff for Sony's event, like
Hmm.
was that actually what they were showing? Was that actually VR then for Call of Duty?
I don't think so, just because I'm pretty sure like this whole like this thing, it's not like any shooting, like like you're on the ground shooting mechanics. I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
just in the
okay.
ship.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was wondering
it's
'cause,
probably
like,
just in the ship.
yeah.
But yeah, it's Jackal Assault for Call of Duty. If you have VR, play it. uh, Next up in the news storm, BioWare's new IP will be revealed soon. An executive has teased. Quote from EA Studios boss Patrick Soderlund: We've been very open to the fact that BioWare is working on a new IP, and we'll get to talk about that in the not too distant future. We have other teams working on a new IP as well, and I think it's a balance, right? Making sure that we continue to push what great looks like for Battlefield or FIFA or Madden or Star Wars for that matter, while continuing to invest in something new.
I saw this and I was like, I don't care. Just show me Mass Effect stuff. This is insane.
It'll be
I've been
Mass
waiting
Effect
way
4.
too long for this.
Does Mass Effect have a release window?
It's supposed to come out early 2017.
No, I
But
doubt that.
that is not going to happen, because we haven't seen. We've seen like a couple video documentaries, a trailer, no gameplay.
Yeah, man.
I think what's going to happen. Well, I don't know. Usually, November 7th is N7 day, and usually they do a bunch of fan stuff about Mass Effect. And the past 3 N7 days, I've been like, oh, this is the time they're going to show gameplay. They haven't showed anything, but I think now is the time. This N7 day,
This
they're going to
ends.
show gameplay, and they're going to come up with a concrete release date, and it's going to be like,
It's gonna
it'll
be
probably be
November
like
7th,
November,
2017.
yeah, it'll be like November 2017 or something like that. It's not going to, if it comes out, I'll be so amazed.
Yeah, but no, I think it'll be holiday 2017 at the earliest.
It's always been a pet peeve of mine when a studio is like working on a game that you all know is coming. Like we know Mass Effect's coming, and a lot of people just want to see that. And then it's like, here's another thing we're working on, but it's not coming for a long time because people forget about it after a while. Like when CD Projekt Red was showing off Witcher 3, and then all of a sudden they were like, here's Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, and it says
like
it'll be ready when it's ready. It's like, oh great,
I mean,
2021.
I brought that game up like a year ago, I feel like, in the chat, and a whole bunch of people said, "What's that? I don't remember seeing that." And it's like, people just forget about these games because you're announcing them way too soon. Like, you almost think they would have learned from what happened with Fallout 4. Like that was perfect. Like
Yeah.
they announced it like 3 months before it came out, and there was so much hype around that because there were a lot of questions, and it was just like, I don't know, there was something cool about the mystery surrounding that. Now it's like, people have to sit there and question it for like 5-6 years until whatever this is comes out.
Yeah, like announcing a game that early, it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like in some circumstances it can, but I think more developers are definitely going to do what Bethesda did, because I mean, like, it's been 3 years since we've had like an actual Rockstar game. I was talking about this earlier in the chat, but they have to have been working on something. Like normally they would have showed us this at least a year ago. So I have a feeling they're gonna do something similar. Like I have a feeling they're gonna be like, here's Red Dead 2 or X game, whatever it's gonna be, and it'll be out soon.
What, you think it'll be like revealed when?
I mean, I have no idea when it'll be revealed. Rockstar keeps saying they're gonna reveal something soon. They're working on stuff. So fingers crossed that we hear something soon. And I have a feeling it'll be quick release. Like I don't think they'll do what they did with GTA 5, which was, I think they announced it like 2011 and it came out in 2013.
Really? Was that early?
So. Yeah, I think so. Because I remember seeing, I don't know, I'll check.
It's kind of crazy GTA 5 came out in 2013, because like whenever I'm like looking up news for this and like other things, like there's almost always some GTA thing that's like GTA Online, get like,
yeah, because people still love it.
Yeah, double XP this weekend.
We brought this up a few times in the chat, but do you guys think they would announce the next Red Dead at the Neo event?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Because I have this feeling like they have to bring something big to that to show off their system, and I don't think they want to make the same mistake as like, here's Knack 2. Like I feel like they have to bring like some kind of big game there to like show off that hardware.
Could you imagine if their showcase game for Neo is Knack 2?
Be amazing.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because I mean, the only way I can imagine if something like that would happen is if Sony paid them a lot of money, but I feel like Rockstar doesn't necessarily need to do that for money.
Yeah,
Rockstar just kind of does what they want. Like I have a feeling they'll have their own like small little presser thing, or they'll just like drop a trailer, be like, all right, here it is for Bully 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2, or I don't know, Agent.
Oh man.
For some reason, when you said drop a trailer, I imagine you dropping like an 18-wheeler.
What if they did that?
I don't know why that happened.
They like hyped it up on their social media, like, we're dropping a trailer.
That'd be a really smart idea for like a GTA 5. Like if they added like story DLC, and they just said we're dropping a trailer, and then it was like Trevor like with like he had like a plane or helicopter, and he dropped a trailer like at the start of the trailer onto something, like blew it up.
And then
Watch this live stream and we'll drop a trailer, and then they drop a trailer with like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, that'd be so smart.
That would be great. Jason, I know you love that because of your puns.
Yeah.
Moving on. The PlayStation Plus for September has been revealed. I mean, it's nothing too special. You can get Badland Journey with a Play Journey if you haven't yet. Lords of the Fallen on PS4, PS3, Badland Datura Journey, and Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, Vita, Amnesia, Memories, and Badland. So Play Journey.
Yeah. but don't play Lords of the Fallen. Have you guys played that one?
No.
I have not.
Okay. They pretty much were promising when that came out that was going to be like the next Dark Souls, and I remember watching trailers for that, and I was like, oh man, it looks so good, but it was so broken. It was absolutely broken. And not only that, but I mean that game will like break your system. Like I remember
Oh, I
my
remember this game. I
my,
remember.
my PS4 was crashing and like screeching, and like I was like, man, I just that was it was worse than The Witcher.
Is that the game that's like Dark Souls but like way worse?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it tries so hard to be Dark Souls, but man, it's not. And yeah, it's just what Cody was saying too in the chat like a week or two ago is it's still broken. So if it's still
Wow.
that bad, I wouldn't even recommend playing that because man, it's just that game's gone to hell. It's bad.
Well, yeah. That is well. Okay, now there's one more news item. Sorry, but there's a Minecraft tumble mode that is being added to Minecraft, or it has been added.
I don't even know what that is.
So I played it. I played it on PC. I haven't played it on PS4 yet.
So what's it do?
So it's basically so it's in the middle of air, and there's like a lava pit underneath you, and then you're standing on like this circular platform, and then you have shovels that destroy blocks underneath you with like one swing. So you have to try to break the blocks underneath people to knock them down into the lava.
This sounds like. Did you guys ever play Kirby and the Crystal Shards?
No.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that mini game where you like paint the ground and then the blocks fall underneath them?
That is exactly what it's like.
I vaguely remember that.
And then they fall. You like I don't know. It was the best mini game on there. You'd like hop around and then like paint the ground, and then it would be a long line of like blocks that highlight, and they all fall. And if you're on there, you get knocked out.
Oh, apparently you have snowballs too.
This sounds like that map we were building, Grant.
It does.
Like,
Man,
we
we
have
never
lava
played that. We
already.
need to jump back on there
They,
sometime.
they stole our idea.
Yeah.
This sounds a lot like The Witcher 3.
So
Wait, you can throw snowballs and like fall in lava in The Witcher 3?
You can throw snowballs in The Witcher 3.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta pick it back up then.
Yeah, I got to try playing it again.
You have to play at least 80 hours to get to the part where you can throw snowballs, but
I'm
Oh.
like,
it's there.
man, before we start, I'm like, man, it's gonna take a lot for me to get back into Witcher. I found it, snowballs. But yeah, that's all we got for the news storm. So let's go ahead and jump to the last minute, which you guys graciously added onto the outline. First up, why did Brett get kicked off the podcast? Rip. I bet that was Jake. I don't actually know. It's probably Brett. Probably put that on there just so we
No,
mention him again.
I put why did Brett get kicked off the podcast? I don't know who put Rip. I'm gonna guess Cody put Rip,
Or Jason. I don't know.
or maybe Jason. Did you put Rip?
Nope.
But yeah, Brett got kicked off the podcast because he was doing a bad job. No.
All right,
Brett,
moving on.
Brett finished.
He's fired.
Brett, his computer died. Rip. When you guys were mentioning that the other day, I looked online. I was like a Tombstone creator, and I found a Tombstone creator that said Brett's computer IDK to 2016. But he had it, and then it's a classic Brett at the bottom.
I was hoping we'd come up with more creative reasons to why he got kicked off.
Let's each come up with a crazy reason why he got kicked off the podcast. Jake, why don't you go first?
Brett was really drunk on the podcast last time, and then he got really mad and punched his laptop because he was going to break it, but instead his fist went through the screen and punched Grant in the face. Grant broke his nose.
Yeah.
How's your nose, by the way?
It's getting better, you know.
Okay. And then because of that, Grant kicked him off the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say a crazy reason, but that's exactly what happened.
Oh, well, then we can move on if we want.
Okay.
Well, you see, I heard the real story is he's on a secret mission right now.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he totally sounds he's on vacation, but he's trying to get to Nebraska. He's riding a bear there right now, and he's on a mission to go. He's gonna go break Michael's legs.
Oh my god.
So he's out for a couple weeks.
How did the breaking legs thing start?
Because he always says, "I'm gonna break your
Yeah,
legs."
I know, but it's always been there, and I never really knew how it originated. Did he just he was just like, I'm just gonna break your legs?
I think
And,
so.
and
I
now
feel like I've
whenever
just heard him
someone
say it a lot.
disagrees with him, he says that. But no, that's not the real. I heard the real story was, my nose is broken, in fact. But I heard that, we were doing the podcast, but he made the mistake of bringing a bear into it. And so I was really afraid of the bear. I didn't see it. It was on his camera. No, it was me who tried to punch the screen. I was trying to punch the bear on the nose, but punching the screen, my fist bounced off the screen and punched myself in the nose, and that's how I got a broken nose. That's why Brett is no longer on the podcast. Moving
Good
on.
riddance.
Will Pokemon Go patch in more content before No Man's Sky does? Thanks for the question, Cody.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. I think No Man's Sky is probably going to be fixing all its bugs and stuff while
Still,
we finally get that trading update for Pokemon Go.
yeah. So I have another thing we can talk about to fill some time. So let's talk about. We sort of got into this earlier, but let's talk about the three main shooters. Sort of go through them, and you guys have to pick two.
To
And
buy?
yeah,
Or this is just so you can figure out what you want to buy.
yes.
we already know you're going to get Call of Duty, Grant. You're like the Call of Duty guy.
No, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're gonna get Call of Duty. You're gonna say you don't really want it, and then you're gonna play the beta, and then that's gonna sell you on it.
No, but in November, I'm gonna go on the podcast and be like, "Wow, Target has this great 2 for you buy 2 games, you get 1 free," and I'm gonna do that, and then John's gonna be there. And he's gonna
I'd rather get 2
Sweet.
copies of The Witcher 3 than get any Call of Duty games.
And then John's gonna be there, and he's gonna convince me to get Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, probably. Actually, Cody says you promised to get Mario Maker, so you should probably get that instead.
I did. Did I? Cody was there for that whole argument. It was me, John, and Cody. And what did I end up getting? So there was
Mario
a 2 for you. You buy 2, you get 1 game free at Target. So I did that. I think I bought Fallout 4, Halo 5, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. And Cody wanted me to get Mario Maker, which I probably should have gotten instead of Halo, because I've literally played Halo like 3 or 4 times.
That's probably about as much as I played Halo, but I didn't buy it. I borrowed it.
Good job, Jake. That is why you were working at GameSpot and not here with us.
Well, I mean,
That's the
I
main
didn't get it from GameSpot. I just borrowed it from a friend.
But no, so let's go through 3 shooters. We can start with Call of Duty since you guys are so intrigued by that.
What about Destiny: Rise of Iron? Where does this fit in?
Oh, interesting. We can.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing another one to the table.
Okay.
Gross.
Do that. You got to pick 2 of 4. So, Jason, how about you pick the 2 of 4?
Oh man, do I have to choose? I don't want any of these games. I guess Battlefield. That's about it. That's what I would pick.
You have to
But
pick
you have
one
to pick
more.
2.
You're just gonna
I
buy
have
Battlefield
to?
twice.
Yeah, you
It's-
have to.
Oh man.
Get Doom. That's what you should get for your other one.
It doesn't count.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick Doom.
You got 4 options, Jason.
I don't want to.
Jason, you're getting 2 games for free. You're telling
I'm
me
getting
you
them for
don't
free,
want to
I still
pick
don't
a
want it.
second one. This is like saying if someone walked up to you.
What about Sniper Ghost Warrior 3?
Okay, yeah, anything but the rest of the games.
That
on
game
this
comes
list.
out this year, I think. That
Jason.
game looks super cool.
This is just like if someone walked up to you with like 4 different kinds of burritos and you took one, you're like, nah, I'm good. I don't need it anymore. Even though he offered you 2.
I guess I'd go with Titanfall.
Okay.
Just because it looks interesting, but I don't know.
All right. I'll allow it. Jake, you're picking Battlefield 1.
Yeah, I'm picking Battlefield 1, definitely. And then probably Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Doesn't count.
Then probably Titanfall as well.
Yeah, okay, that's probably what I'm gonna get. But
But
I'm
my
probably
fear
gonna
with
end up not getting
Titanfall,
Titanfall and getting Call of Duty.
my fear with Titanfall is it's gonna be very similar to Titanfall 1, where I play like I have a lot of fun with it for a week and then I never touch it ever again. And then when I do, no one plays it. So
Oh,
yeah,
Jake, did you not know about the new mode that was kind of interesting they had?
for Titanfall 2.
Yeah, Bounty Hunt.
I heard about this. I don't know what you do in it.
Oh, so basically, it's really fun. It was probably my favorite mode that was in the beta. There was Hardpoint and just like Pilot versus Pilot, which is no Titans, and then there was this, which is really creative. So it's sort of like in the other two modes that they had, there were no like grunts that they had just like scattered around the map like they did in the other two games or other one game. I don't know why I said two. Um, but so this one Bounty Hunt has grunts. So there's basically 5 waves of grunts, and in between the waves, you can stash money. Okay, sorry, here. It's kind of hard to explain. If you play it, you understand it. So if there is, so the round starts. You go and you try to kill the other team, take out Titans and stuff. And then for killing people, you take half. So you sort of get points and you have to cash it at like a bank on either side of the map. So for killing grunts, you get like, I don't know, 5, and then like higher level of grunts, you get more. Killing Titans, I think you get like 100 or so. And then killing people, you take half of their like points. So it's sort of like a risk reward thing. Like you go back really often, just make sure you don't lose a lot of your money, or do you sort of risk it and then go back later. But you can have a chance to get more points faster as long as you don't die. And then there are 5 waves of grunts that sort of scatter around the map, and there's objectives. So it's pretty cool.
Sounds complicated.
It is complicated, but if you play it, I didn't do a very good job of explaining it at all. But if you play it, it's pretty fun. So yeah.
So Grant, after Brett and I, or Jason and I gave you our opinions of what game we're going to get, what game are you going to get? Battlefield 1, obviously, and Sniper Ghost Warrior 3?
No, it's really a
He's
toss-up.
gonna buy 2 copies of Call of Duty.
Just to spite us.
I'm going to buy 2 copies of Rise of Iron.
Oh, I forgot about Rise of Iron. I'd probably get Rise of Iron before Titanfall.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, because, I mean, I really don't think I'm going to get Call of Duty this year, even though, like, the demo they showed off at E3 was really cool. But, I mean, I'm right now I'm saying, like, there's no way I'm getting Rise of Iron. There's no way I'm getting back into Destiny, and then everyone's going to get it, and then I'm going to get drawn back in, just like it was for Taken King.
That's what's going to happen to me, I know. Especially, yeah, because, like, everyone at work plays well, not everyone, but a lot of people are excited for Rise of Iron, so I have a feeling I'll get sucked back in.
Who's the biggest Destiny fan at GameSpot?
Probably Eric Tay.
Okay. So he's just going to be like, Jake, buy it.
Well, he probably won't tell me to buy it, but then other people are going to buy it, and then everyone's going to be playing it, and I'm going to want to raid, so I'll probably get it, and then I'll not make it to level cap. I'll make it close to level cap and be like, what am I doing with my life? And then I'll stop.
Raids are fun. Man.
Raids are fun. I
forget how fun raids were, because I remember, last expansion, Taken King, we'd do it every week. We'd have a group. It was like me, Mike, Cody, John, Jason. Jason, you were there, right?
Yeah, well, I did the Volta Glass one a couple times, but I hated how long it was. Like they're too long. Like I don't have that time to put into. If they were shorter, I think I would have had a lot more fun with them.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about like the Taken, I don't remember what the raid was for. What's the raid call for Taken King? Do any of you know? Because I have no idea.
Knights Fall King.
Okay, that sounds really official.
Mr. King.
Yeah, let's go with that. It was called Burger King.
Oryx, King of Oryx, son.
Fall
of Oryx. I don't know.
Oryx fell down the steps.
Oreos. Brett made Oreos. That's it.
But yeah, so that one was really fun. And the funny thing was that, like, it was honestly, like, the whole concept is really easy. It's just executing it. If one person messes up, then it's just over, and you have to, like, restart the whole checkpoint thing again. So that's what kind of makes it hard. Because if you think about it, like just the individual parts, it's really simple. But it's just harder to execute than you would think. Especially the last room. Because the last room always took us like a lot longer than it should have.
I remember doing the dumb jump from spaceships to spaceships. That was
Oh my god. I had no idea how to do that. I never did that by myself. I always had to follow someone because I had no idea what I was doing. Jason, I remember you being pretty good at jumps.
What one? What was that one?
Brett makes Oreos.
Okay,
It was Chris fell down the stairs.
I don't think that was me because the only one.
Were you not?
Like, I never bought any of the expansions. The only one I played was like the Volta Glass with you guys.
Oh, okay. Then never.
Yeah.
It wasn't you. I'm trying to think who was all there because we had a crew going on. So let me count. So it's 6 people, right? So,
I remember I played with Cody, John, Mike. I think one of Mike's friends.
yeah. Oh, I guess it wasn't really one group. We had sort of 2 groups going on. So let me think. I'm trying to think of people I played with. So it was me, Mike, Cody, John. Oh, it was Kevin and Benji. Remember now? You guys,
Kevin.
Benji. Kevin's friend Benji.
Who is this Benji guy? I remember you guys joking about Benji all the time. What in the world happened there?
So Kevin invited his friend to play Destiny with us because we need another person. And then he's been playing it with us for a while. And then Brett just randomly goes. He's like, so what's this kid's name? Benji. And then I don't know how he came up with Benji. Ever since then, he was deemed Benji.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That wraps up this episode of the Gamespot podcast, the official podcast of thegamespot.com. For topics, why don't you give them to us? Because we clearly didn't have anything to talk about at the end of that. So we just sort of dragged on talking about burritos and
Benji.
Kings falling on stairs and Benji. So yeah, do that. I was typing in thegamebolt.com into my URL box. I typed the twice. Can't type and talk at the same time, apparently. But yeah, I post to iTunes every Tuesday, YouTube every Wednesday. Recent stuff we have put up on the Gamebolt is load page. Load page. Oh my god, this is killing me. I know. Hold on.
It's not loading for me either. I wonder if it's down.
John. Oh,
Wait,
no, it loaded. We're good. So there's a 140, is it 140 review by Jordan. That is a game by Double Fine. So yeah, check that out. Paragon Time to Flight video. John's been playing a lot of Paragon. He's super into it. Make Your Own Trophies, Part 8 by Liam. It's a good series that he's doing. So check that out. And most importantly, Deus Ex Mankind Divided review by Brett. I hear he really liked it. So check out the review, thegamebolt.com. Got all your gaming stuff. Jake, where could we find you on Twitter?
At Jacob DEKK.
Oh, I was waiting for like some random account. That's what you usually do.
I was trying to think of something I couldn't think of.
It was like
You can find me at thegamebolt.com actually.
Jason, where can we follow you?
You can follow me at Boats.
At Boats or on Boats?
Both of them. I own both.
Yeah, like at Boats or on Boats. Yes. And you can find me at GrantRam3. You can follow the Gamebolt at _Gamebolt. That's all we got for you this week. Thank you for joining. We will catch you on the next episode. Later, guys.
Brett gave Mankind Divided the seal of approval. What a scrub.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Why did I not know about this?
Because he's a scrub.
I heard he enjoyed it. I didn't know he liked it that much.
What a scrub. He won't get to this far episode in the podcast. He probably won't listen to it at all.
If you
so I can say whatever I want about him.